Yo, what up? I think we're good. All right, yo, what's good, y'all? It's me, man. It's my man Sherms, or it's your man Sherms. I'm sitting with my man's Nick. Um, about to do this thing, man. I hope y'all doing good. Looking forward to this conversation, man. But I've been kind of thinking about what was being stated, and I'm grateful that this kind of thing is being brought up to the people. And the idea of just thought, I think, is a really good place to start. I think because a lot of times when your mind is gone, everything else is gone. And I have a belief that once your mind is solidified, you're just in a better place altogether. So,
Facts.
grateful for the opportunity to have this discussion, man. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm chilling, man. The last episode was cool, man. I enjoyed doing it.
Yeah,
I got some good feedback from some people. It just basically did what you was trying to do, like have people talking. Like I feel like I was talking to people for hours and hours about it. They was just like, "Yeah, you made some good points about this, about." It just was like a whole conversation started for real.
it was dope.
So I think it's dope, and I think
Yeah,
the more we continue, the more conversations we can have, the more you never know what can happen. So
absolutely, man. And people, I think sometimes, at least me, I don't know what I don't know, so I don't even know what to ask. So somebody may hear the question even and be like, "Yo, I never thought about that," or "I didn't know they was going through this," or whatever. I'm grateful that's being that could be presented like that. Just like it's good, though. But yeah, I feel like there's a big cloud of just confusion when it comes to just black culture and stuff like that. And it becomes this what can I say, what can I not say, or what do I know, what do I not know. So I'm grateful this kind of thing could be brought up, which um yeah, I think this is going to be a good one too, man. This is going to be some stuff I think needs to be discussed. It should have been discussed a long time ago, but here we are. I ain't mad. So you want to jump into it? You got the question. You got the question there.
yeah, but first I'm gonna throw into our segment the Black Facts segment, Black
Right,
History
right.
Facts. Honor of Black History Month. We're gonna give y'all some Black History facts. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and these are Black facts. You know. So this kind of dating back to last week, piggybacking off of last week, I went and just dug up some things that I thought was cool. We were kind of saying, but now that we know that they black facts, it's just better to have it out there. So
Right.
during the Atlantic slave trade, many slaves were forced to shave their heads so they can look sanitary, so they can look clean cut, and so they can move them away from their identity and their culture.
It's
It's kind of what
crazy.
we were saying last week, like when why would they want you to cut your hair so you can have a job so they can take your identity and your culture? Not all enslaved African Americans or Africans rather were forced to shave their heads, but they would rock tight cornrows to keep the tight and neat look. But they would put the designs they put in their head would be maps for escape routes from the plantation. That's black facts.
That's dope, bro. That's dope. That's man. That goes to show. Just goes into the creativity, man.
Yeah.
That's who would think that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna
Right.
braid my hair to the.
Like,
First off, how you even do it? And it's
right. What?
you know what I'm
That
saying?
shit is
That's
cool.
crazy, man. I like it. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yes, sir. But we're gonna get into this week's discussion, this week's question. Something I've been thinking about for a while, but like I said, we in Black History Month, so uh, it just made it come up a little easier, or I feel like it should be asked or discussed. So, should Black History be a required course in schools across America? That's the question for this week. Sherm, I'm gonna throw it to you, man. I want to hear your feedback on
Yes, I was thinking about that when you sent it. I was like, man, like because the question, because to me, I'm like, ain't it already? But then the fact that it was the question made me think like, obviously it can't be. So I was like, yo, like, so what is actually going on? And then I just kind of, it hit me like they really kind of focus on Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. Probably the farthest back you'll hear back is Harriet Tubman. Um, but even then, it's just that isolated. I shouldn't say it's not small, but it's isolated kind of a situation. We all know that she went back and got some slaves to help them escape and things like that. Um, but there's some stories, of course, that goes beyond what happened here in America, and I think that too much of that is, of course, ignored. You don't hear too much about anything that happened beforehand. You don't hear no research about what took place. But when you hear about, yeah, I was in school hearing all about what's going on in England and London and all this other stuff, and I'm like, okay, so obviously you know how to keep information going. So I say 100% yeah, and I think that the differentiating between, because I was thinking like too, like should they call it Black History or should they just call it history and just put it all together
Okay.
for like a history class and just merge our culture into what went on. But then I was thinking like there's so much that was taken away from us that there needs to be an emphasis on it being black because there was a reason why they're trying to cut it short and why they don't talk about anything besides Martin Luther King, which by the way wasn't even that long ago. When you pull up a time frame, that wasn't that long ago. So they're trying to make it seem like, and they keep like editing when it stopped. Like, okay, Martin Luther King, we already know. Malcolm X, we know. And then like from there, like there's a lot of stuff
Mhm.
going on. The whole Huey Newton, the black. I didn't hear nothing about Black Panthers in school. That whole joint about I know you seen. I think I was talking to you about it. Judas and the
Yeah,
Black
I just watched
Messiah.
that last night.
Oh, for
Amazing
real?
movie. Amazing.
Man. I love that movie, man. It was hard to watch,
Yeah, it was,
but it was
but
good.
it's needed to watch. That was a great movie.
Right? Yeah, it was. Man, it was super good. It was super good. But that kind of thing, it just didn't.
Hmm.
Then when did you hear about? I mean, I can't speak for you, but me, I didn't know nothing about none of that. Not in that much detail. And because I know the names, but I don't know exactly what went on and how it went down and who they had involved in all that. And it was like, yo, like we missed a lot, bro. So I think, yeah, I say 100% they should definitely put it in there, but make sure that it includes everything and not just the selective stuff that makes them seem like they are more dominant or we just was messing up and it's a bunch of drug stuff and jail stuff and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Yeah, I like that. Shoot, in my opinion, I feel like it's necessary. I feel like it should be a required course. History is a required course in our school system. The school system already failed, so like, I mean, I feel like you might as well put some actual facts in there. Like instead of having these slave owners, these presidents that were slave owners, these people that didn't really discover America, we celebrating all these people or learning about all these people. I got my shorty coming back to me like, "Oh, we learned about Christopher Columbus today in school," or "Oh, we've learned about George Washington in school today, and he was Mr. America, and he was all this." And I'm kind of like, "Yeah, okay, that's cool, but did you know he owned slaves?" And in her actual little journal thing, she put that in her journal. Like she was just like, "Yeah, we learned about George Washington today. These are the facts that we did learn. But also, my mom, she told me that
Mhm.
he used to own slaves."
That's what's
I
up.
just thought it was cool that she said that. Like that's what she took and was just like, "Oh, okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that."
Right.
Like it's like, yeah, it's a lot of things that they don't teach you. Like they make these cats feel like they like the golden child. They like,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, had no tarnishes on their record. But when it
Right.
comes to us, it's like, oh, we're not finna show Fred Hampton because he was wild and he was trying to stir up all type of trouble and all that. And it's like that's not even the case. He was fighting for justice. He was fighting for us. He was fighting for revolution.
Mhm.
So I
And that's
mean,
yeah.
I just feel like it's got to be necessary, man. Like our stories is necessary. We built this country.
Right.
We are the reason this country is thriving and doing what it's doing. Anything hip, anything cool, anything not even cool, it comes from us.
Right.
And like I just feel like it dates back. I have to do knowledge myself. Like still, there's things that I don't know. So
Mhm.
I, you know, what I'm saying, try to be in Barnes and Nobles and getting all type of books and stuff just so I can educate myself on things that they never told us when we were shorties. And I feel like they should have told us.
Right. And it's a shame that you got to go to Barnes and Noble to educate yourself
Right.
when really we was in school for all them years, and
Hmm.
that was the perfect environment to where they should have been teaching us. And, so I actually did some research on schools as a whole, and what I found out was schools was actually brought to America to propagate um, biblical principles and certain like reading and writing ultimately, like I mean like the first school, like I mean like
Right.
literally the very beginning. And then employers started to realize like, yo, this is a good space for kids to kind of develop themselves into certain have certain traits
Mm-hmm.
for us, for our benefit. So then not us as in people, but speaking it for them, they,
Right.
what I'm saying, that we can benefit them. So then that's when it started being about following instructions and being on time and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. And that's what, even to this day, that's, you see that pretty similar. I don't know I'm just being real with you. I ain't stupid, I promise you that, but I don't know a lot of stuff they sat there and taught us in school.
No, that's
And
facts. I
yeah,
don't.
bro, I don't remember none of that.
That's
All
facts.
that's
I remember addition, subtraction,
right.
multiplication, division, how to write and how to read, and
Right.
shit. Other than that, all that other stuff. I mean, I know a certain things in history and all that, but I feel like it don't mean nothing. Like,
It- Nothing, bro. And they what they told us was it was gonna have this huge impact after we get out of school. Everything was gonna
right,
be about what they was teaching us, and then what this almost trained us to not revolt. Because if they was like, this ain't finna have nothing to do with what you finna do. You finna do all this, and you finna go get a job at some place, or you can go get more school and then get another job. But bro, I work with people who go to college. Like I'm co-workers with, what I'm saying? Like,
hmm,
so I mean, I'm not bashing college as a at people go get their degree. That's that's their business. But I didn't find it beneficial at all. And I think that if we how do I want to say it? If we adjusted the traits of schooling as a whole, not work. I mean, yeah, you want people on time and stuff like that, but they put so much emphasis on you not being late and you answering the questions that they told you. Um, they don't look at what you learned; they look at what you can remember for that week.
right. What
And
you
once
can
the
remember,
test is a wrap,
It's all repetitive.
yes, exactly. And that's what you passing, because then you go to work and what you do, you sit down in front of another screen, they train you something else,
Hmm.
and you already kind of in
And if
that
you know
format.
that, you good.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And what I think is we really need to reform the entire school system in the first place, because start from the ground up, because right now we're still working from the foundations of employers just trying to find people to work for them.
Mhm.
So I really think that Black History, when all that happens, or even before, hopefully before, Black History 100% needs to get infused in that for
Facts,
sure.
facts. Shout out to the people that do teach Black history. I know certain teachers they put that in their whole criteria that February we going all out. People gonna have book reports or whatever it is, and
Mm,
speeches and all that stuff. When I was in high school, I had it was an elective class of African American studies taught by Mr. Harrison. Shout out to him. Uh, but bro, that class was like one of the best classes I took in high school. I think I was in like a junior or something like that. I think it was in 11th. But I just felt like, oh yeah, once they offered that, I was like, yeah, I'm in there. Like I passed in flying colors. Like it was easy. It was great to know stuff that I did not know, that I
mm.
did not learn. You know what I'm saying? And just cool to just learn that type of shit in school.
Right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying? And it's just like instead of going home and your grandma taking you to the Lincoln Library to get books and forcing you to write book reports on these black figures and stuff like that, it just felt good to be doing that in school.
Right.
So
Yeah,
that's dope.
it is
Um,
though.
I know with some people, I've seen some articles and there's people's like saying parents can opt their students out of learning Black history, and I just
Wow.
feel like that's so pointless. It's not sex education. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just feel like if we learning anything else, I feel like everybody should be present for that.
Right. And I
Like
think
Black
that
history ain't just for us;
right, exactly.
it's
And
for
that's
them
what
too. It's for the whole world, for y'all to get educated, for y'all
right.
to get educated on it and know what's going on, know what we did, know the the things that we did, know the obstacles that we passed, all that. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? That's for everybody, the whole world, not for just the black kids coming up, not for just us. It's for everybody.
I agree with that 100%. Because I feel like they didn't give us no choice. I
Right,
went to school. I sat down. And they told me all about Christopher Columbus.
right,
And not only not only did they teach me that, but they was lying.
right.
And so it's like,
And they forced us to say the Pledge of Allegiance
oh
every
my,
day.
yeah, I
Like, come
remember
on, bro.
that. Yeah,
That's wild.
some of these young kids don't know, but
They don't.
they definitely 100% made us stand up, put our hand over our chest.
Head
I
held.
pledge I remember that whole thing by heart, and I ain't said it
I
in
don't remember
years.
no more, but like
Yeah.
I always get stuck on around some part, but like I want to say it was probably like my junior year, junior maybe sophomore year. I stopped standing up and all that, and like whoever my first hour teacher was just the coolest mug, and they was just always just like whatever, man. I ain't finna start nothing, Nick. You don't want to do it. I get it.
Right,
Cool.
bro. That's literally that Kaepernick situation.
Facts.
You know what I'm
It is.
saying? That's essentially the school version of that. You know what I'm saying? That could have caused some issues nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy because they didn't even teach me why I was saying what I was saying. And if you listen to the words, I mean, to me, I believe words are powerful. It's like even just the words. I pledge allegiance. Like yo, like I don't even know what that means. Like they're like at least communicate to me what's going on because otherwise I'm just doing what you're saying to do, and it's just like what knowledge do I have behind why I'm doing this?
Right.
It just wasn't fair. Yeah, we didn't get a fair shot. Um, and going back to just them teaching the wrong thing, even just with slavery. As I growed older, and I got a daughter, I had a hard time believing what they told us because I was told that people just came over there and grabbed us and just do it on boats and we had no choice.
Hmm.
But then I started thinking like logically. Um, I don't know how many, like for instance, if I came to your crib right now and banged on your door and was like, "Bro, you coming with me?" and like no questions, I like it just made it when you look at how it was explained to us, it made it seem like they were just over there waiting to be captured or something. You know what I'm saying? These are same folks over there hunting for themselves, taking care of themselves, got family and a household and all that. And you mean tell me you just came over there and grabbed folks? Like I just
Right.
don't think it went down like that. You know what I'm saying? But let the books tell it. And mind you, we can't read or write in the language that me and you speaking in now. So they just can't. You know what I'm saying? Like they just got grabbed and who knows what took place. But I heard a saying once that history is written by the winners, and what that means in this particular context is that ain't nobody speaking English but the people who did the stuff. So then they gonna make up their own story to make it seem
Right.
like
They
they were
gonna make
just
it seem
these
like they won. They
right,
gonna make it seem like they was here first. They
right.
gonna make it seem like they did all this to nah, bro.
We just went over there captured them and they just put him on the boat and he didn't
Right.
might do nothing to him. And that's why what's my man's name? Forgive me for not remembering right now, but the dude on the boat that killed the Nat is it Nat Turner?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to find out about him some other kind of way too.
Right.
I
See, they
didn't hear
don't
about
teach
none
us
of
about
that.
that type of like we gotta wait till the movies come out and be like, oh what? This
Yeah.
is a true story? Like
Right.
got
Yeah.
people like mind bottled. It's like it's crazy. Like you gotta do your own knowledge. And
Yep.
I just feel like if we did do that in school, if we did learn about Black history consistently in school, then Black children would want to learn about that stuff on their own. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? It's like, oh, that's interesting. Let me go find out more about him or more about her or more about this story because, like, I heard that and it was interesting. But if it's not there at all, we ain't going, to you know what I'm saying? Like, who is Frederick Douglass? What you talking about? Like,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? But if you learned about that, you would be like, oh, okay, let me go do some research on Frederick Douglass. Let me go do some research on whoever, Malcolm X, Du Bois, whoever,
Right.
you know. But like
And I,
they, like you said, they always give us, they giving us Malcolm, they giving us Martin, they give us Rosa Parks, and like that's about it. You know what I'm saying?
and I think this it's a shame because they call that history. Not saying
Yeah.
it's not, but they when you think you don't go look for nothing else.
Right.
So some of the kids ain't realizing, okay, so what else? Because every time I hear about Black history, even since I was a child, and I'm going to be 34, since I was a child. Black history was literally Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Harriet Tubman, and I don't remember too many names outside of that. I'm sure there was a couple here and there, but
Hmm.
that even then, it's like you obviously, and then you know what I'm saying. You go look at they spectrum of it, and I know all about all these people that. And then, like I said though, and the worst part to me is the manipulation because you think you learning when really you're just being taught what to regurgitate. Because the same thing with Thanksgiving, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving no more. I don't shade nobody who do. That's your business. But I don't celebrate Thanksgiving no more just because of what we know now that had happened. And I'm like, yo, like I'm not finna say it. And I know a lot of people kind of make it seem about their families and da da da. And whatever. I ain't upset. But all I'm saying is that I think we ultimately celebrating um, genocide at that point. And we kind of taking part in their celebration and then doing what they did and then lying about it for all this time. And I just don't rock with that no more, man.
Yeah, I feel you, man. It's a lot of things that we was brought up on, and you gotta unlearn that shit and then relearn like what actually happened. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like you said, words have power, and these cats, they make their history. When you break it down, it's his story, and that's like, and when
Yeah.
you look at it, like if we was to get into it off camera, you would have your story, I would have my story,
Hmm.
and it is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just be like somewhere in there, it's the
Right.
truth. But like where? Like who lying? Like you don't know. Like he told his story, I told my story. But it's history now. So
Right. And
it's
imagine
like
if one of us didn't speak the same language too.
right,
Imagine we
exactly.
got into it and one of us can't talk to some extent.
Man, that's
It
crazy.
just it's nuts, bro. It's nuts, man. So yeah, I think that I want to also kind of get into some solutions too, because I understand that these are things need to be fixed. But in my mind, I'm like, okay, they're wrong. Okay, so now what? And I don't know. I'm kind of stuck at that part, man. Like, what can we do as a people to um, make sure or even just move towards Black history being taught in school? Like, what are some steps we can take?
Um, Figure out what's going on with the school board meetings or something. Get in there somehow, uh, and just make it be known. Like if we know teachers, like I know a few teachers that black teachers that teach around here, and just get that word out. Like, so do y'all celebrate that? Do y'all teach that, encourage that, or like have assignments on Black history? Because I feel like it should be said. Like I had to tell my shorty to tell your teacher it's Black History Month.
Hmm.
Like say that. Like don't just tell us like, oh, she ain't said nothing. Why she ain't say nothing? Like nah, tell her, yo, it's Black History Month. Can we learn?
Right.
Can we do this? And I feel like if kids do that, especially kids like
Hmm.
first grade, kindergarten, all that through like third or something like that, if they was asking, if enough of them ask, they'll probably get to be like, okay, like we might have to do something, like, or those teachers that do stuff, we got to make them do more or something like that. Just go the extra mile, teach your kids at home, so when they do go to school, they like, yo, I learned about. I watched the Fred Hampton movie last night, yo, and he
Yeah.
was this, he was a revolutionary, and now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guarantee, if my shorty was with us watching that movie, she would have been like, I am a
Mm.
revolutionary.
Yeah.
Like she would have been into it and been like, yo, this is tight. I like this. I like what he
Right.
talking about. I like what he's standing for. He fighting for us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kids ain't dumb
Yeah. Oh, that's
at all.
very
Like,
true. Yeah.
so like they catch on very quick and they know what's shady and what is like that's not right.
Hmm.
So I would just say teaching in home, teach your kids so they'll know, and teach your partner's kids, and you know what I'm saying. Just you don't want to be that. I understand you don't want to be that like, oh, what you know good, old OG. Like, let me tell you something. Da, da, da. But like, just let them know, like, hey, you know what I'm saying. This is what's good. This is what's good. Whatever. Get the teachers involved, the black teachers involved. Get the white teachers involved. Get all the teachers involved. School board, you got to go to the school board, man. I don't know who like the superintendents or none of that is now a
Hmm.
days, but I'm pretty sure they got open school board meetings. If you got a student that go to that school, you could probably get in there.
Right.
So like You know what I'm saying? Just finding out when them is and going up there with a plan and being like saying what you got to say, not just going up there raising Cain and being like, we need Black history in the schools, and just being like, no, we need that. Just like we had this discussion here, we come with the Black facts. Like, look, this is why they need it,
Right.
and if not, like, I mean, it's got to be some, there's got to be room for that. It's got to be. You can't tell me it's not, because
Right.
we learning too much nonsense for you not to learn about some real shit every once in a while.
I like, man. That's some real shit, bro. I like that. I like that. Man, so all right, that's love. I want to know what the people think, man. So we're gonna turn over to y'all. See
The
what y'all think.
people.
Yeah, do y'all think Black history should be in school? What do you think also could be done about getting it more getting teachers more involved, and what do you think you can do to kind of help the situation? I had these up online probably the next day or two. You'll see this. After you see this, you'll see that we add some clips up so y'all can comment, see what's going on. Share with your friends, share with your family, anybody you think he needs to know this, any teachers y'all know, any principals, anybody on the school board. Bring this to their attention. Let's see what we can do to kind of get things moving in that direction. So I'm out. I'm good to go, man. You straight?
Yeah, I'm straight, man. Welcome to the thought party. Y'all know what it is, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, yeah, y'all catch me on anything Shermanville. I put this online. You'll see me soon, and I'll holler y'all later, man. Peace.
Episode 2, that's a wrap. See y'all next week.
What's up?